Hi, my name is Jongbyon. I'm the CEO of Nanoplexus. Nanoplexus, in a nutshell, produces a 2D material called Maxenes, and we're currently in the phase of scaling up the manufacturing of the materials and currently in the phase of trying to integrate into sort of end-use applications at the moment. It does help that we all studied at the University of Manchester, and we actually all were introduced into the use of graphene and 2D materials, especially the Maxenes that we manufacture. We entered a competition called the Eli Harari competition, which back in 2019, which we won. So that really gave us a platform to be able to try to commercialize our product. One of the biggest challenges of doing a startup is that you have to start getting a hand of everything at the same time. We needed a lot of technical support. Our team only included 4 members. The focus areas of each individual were relatively quite niche and narrow, and we needed to broaden out as much as possible at that phase of our sort of growth. The GEIC did a lot of support for us, especially for me in terms of trying to grow the business and get investment. That allowed me to redivert my focus into more business development. The technical team allowed us to be able to use the expertise to scale up from the laboratory scale to sort of mini pilot plant. University of Manchester has a good history of transferring that knowledge. They put a lot of emphasis on graphene or 2D materials as it is, and I think excitement for that really does help to try to commercialize that aspect as well. 2 key areas that we're working on is at the moment, in the automotive industry, so there's a huge drive towards making transportation more green, more energy efficient. So we're looking at batteries and supercapacitors. So the other sector we're currently looking at is elderly care. So looking at whether we can improve the quality of life and the quality of care that we can provide. So this is our base material, Maxenes. So in its powder form. And I think one of the key advantages of it is essentially that it behaves very much like a metal. Easy to manufacture them into like solutions, like an ink format. So from this, we can start coating it into simple cotton textile. And by adding a material, it starts to make it into electrical conductive material. So that I would add a huge benefit in terms of whether that is through a power delivery or you can use it as a sensor. Other ones are, as I said, put into batteries that can improve the performance. So that's whether that is the ability to be able to make it more durable. We can get at least probably a 25% increase in the performance of a typical battery, whether that is charging rate performance or it can be in terms of the durability of the battery itself. And finally, it's just integrating into materials that are existing at the moment. So we're putting into like plastics at the moment to get additional benefits, whether that is something for EMI shielding for electric vehicles or aerospace industries. The question that I get quite frequently asked, is your material better than graphene? And I think the best answer that I give to people is that it's not about what's better or worse in general. It's about what is better or worse for your sector or what your needs are. What we're trying to do is give an option to an end user, saying that this is a one option that you can use to make an impact on whatever you're working on, whether that is in the energy sector for electric vehicles or improving the stability on the national grid for local energy storage systems, or it could be all the way going down to elderly care in a local GP.